So this is the activity that's a group activity, an introduction to digestive enzymes. So a couple of things that I need you to take a look at. It says trace the molecule of food. We're going to go down and through. And then my question is, does it ever enter the liver? Well, no, the liver is called an accessory organ. So food doesn't enter the liver, but what it does is it produces enzymes to help you digest food. So these are words that you should know. You can pause there. So in our first model, we've got 30 grams of a starch product and 30 grams of protein and 30 grams of a triglyceride, which is a fat. I don't know what food this would be, but we're going to just go with it here. So here's what we're going to be dealing with. Okay, so starch breaks down into a disaccharide. So keep in mind that starch is a poly, and it's going to break into the di right there, okay? So there's two things that we need to worry about here. We have digestion and, oopsie, the O-N came off there, and absorption. So we're digesting when we go from here to here, and then when it goes down to when there's almost none left, we have absorption. You've got to keep that in mind. So I already have it marked up here. I took these numbers from right here, because these are the disaccharides. So it says carbohydrate digestion. So for those of you that are visual, we started with 30, that's outside the body, all right? And we have 25 in the mouth. That means somehow something broke down. We have some sort of digestion. 5 grams of it got digested in your mouth. Now, when you swallow that bolus of food, when it's going down your throat, it still has the enzymes in it. So that's 20 in your esophagus, 20 in your stomach. Ooh, now look, something happened here. It goes from 20 down to 10. What? Okay, so now let's talk about what it breaks into. So I have my little key right here. Starch is pink, disaccharide is orange. So I'm going to put my disaccharides right here, and where am I getting the numbers from? Right there. So I've got 5 there, I've got 10 here, I've got 10 here, and then I believe I have 20. What? It goes up right there. And then we have 10 here. And then I think we have 2 here and 0.5. I want to say 0.5. I am correct. All right. So that's what happens. So now if it equals 30, like it does here, that means we have no absorption. It equals 30 here. That means no absorption. It equals 30 here in the duodenum. No absorption. Oh, wait a minute. That's the spot. So now the next thing you're going to do is make a graph. So if you look, what I did is I graphed the numbers. I just put them in a nice little line graph here. And a couple of things I want to explain. You can see that the graph goes down right here because we have absorption. I don't know why I said that. We have digestion. We have digestion. That means it's breaking down. And then nothing really happens here. It's just flat. Why? Because we are now in the stomach. The stomach has a pH of 2. What does a pH of 2 do to a protein? It denatures the protein. All right, it denatures the protein. So then I don't get what's really going on here. So, and then I've got all sorts of things that got kind of abused here. So then what happens here is when it breaks down a little bit more right here between in the duodenum, the pancreatic juices digest the starches. Do we have any absorption? Not yet. Absorption happens right here. Well, actually, that's totally wrong. I don't know why I circled the whole thing. Absorption happens right here, and then this last part is a little bit of absorption. So as we're taking a look, it says the important enzyme amylase digests starch into simple sugars. There are 2 places that we have digestion. And as we can see right here in the mouth, all right, so the mouth would be 1. So it says based on the graph where in the body is, so mouth is 1. And then the other one where it went down a lot is right here in the duodenum. So the mouth and the duodenum. Now, and I'm just going to abbreviate there. Okay. It says based on this data, what secretions might contain amylase? Well, now your mouth doesn't secrete anything. It's your salivary glands or saliva. And then the duodenum doesn't secrete anything. What secretes into the duodenum? So, and that's pancreatic juices. I know, doesn't that sound enticing? But it is what helps you break things down. Now you're going to do the same thing down here for the proteins. The questions on the protein part are hard because you need to actually read. I know, gosh. One enzyme that digests protein is pepsin. And how I remember it, pepsin is like Pepsi, and Pepsi is very acidy when it gets in your stomach. I know it might not work for everybody, but it works for me. So pepsin only works at a pH of 2. So we know that this guy is in your stomach. All right? And because you're going to see that it works really well right there. Now, as far as our other protein digesting enzyme, we have trypsin. And trypsin, it only works at a neutral pH. So that's going to be right in here, right in here. So what we have then is, when you're answering these, you need to answer the questions on where is trypsin working. So we've got the duodenum, and then we have the stomach. So you're going to make your graph for all of the lipids as well. I'm not going to give you all of the answers for these. You need to do a little thinking, and then you have some graphs down here you need to put together. So there you go.